with this guy and then blow everything up. Free casting. Woo! Don't have a counter spell. So again, I'm trying to feature Kaldheim card. So this is just a wrecker. It deals 4 damage to each creature that's not a giant and each planeswalker. Ouch. Then you have Storm's Wrath, deals 4 damage to each creature and each planeswalker. And so our giants right here are pretty darn big. Whenever this attacks, you can sacrifice another creature. When you do, it deals damage equal to that creature's power. If you sacrifice a giant, then it deals twice that damage. Yeah, that's pretty good. Your opponents can't gain life. At the beginning of your upkeep, it deals 2 damage to each opponent. Oh boy. This ability only triggers if it's on the battlefield or in your graveyard. So even when this is in your graveyard, it freaking deals a damage to your opponent. So that's pretty good. This spell costs 3 less to cast if you control a giant. We're playing a giant deck, so it deals 6 damage to target creature or planeswalker. Now, we really have to assist our creatures with mana in this deck, right? I mean, so Beanstalk Giant's going to be a really good one. And then also Cultivate. Right, so we're playing with 25 land, and realistically, Standard is going to change a little bit because of Kaldheim, regardless of the normal cards, because we have now the double modal lands for each and every color combination. So, yeah, you're going to see more 3-color decks or 2-color decks in the format. I believe that's going to change. All right, so we have a big hand. Gonna be odd. I wonder if I should mulligan this hand, because it's not that great. So we'll mull. I think that was a good call there. All right, it's so weird to see the double modals. All right, so we'll go that and keep it. We're just gonna lead off with a basic. In this deck, there's no reason to play with snow covered. All right, so they're gonna lead off with a Temple of Triumph. All right, and we are going to drop this down for a green. And I'm going to foretell this. That's pretty cool, because that's big, right? Because now we can cast this for 1 less. And that's pretty big. People, foretell is going to be a thing. There we go. Maybe something I should have put in this deck. See? Wasn't even thinking about that. We're going to cultivate. And we're going to grab a red, and we are going to grab a blue. Put the red down, and move on. Okay, so again, you're going to see more 3-color, 2-color decks. All right. Well, we got options. Let's cast this. Right there. Opponents cannot gain life, and it deals 2 damage to each opponent. This ability is good for the battlefield and the graveyard, so... Yep. Certainly, we could have ran different things like Lotus Cobras, stuff like that, but... we decided not to. Looks like he wants to get rid of this card, right? Ooh, Kenrith. Okay. Again, we're featuring Kaldheim cards, so I just want you to kind of understand that part. I'm going to go with... Ooh, will he trade? Nope, doesn't trade Kenrith. I don't blame him. Basri's Lieutenant, okay. We've yet to see a Kaldheim card from our opponent. Q. he can give that. What he can Kenrith put a +1/+1 counter on a creature. Can we just kill our opponent next turn? I'm gonna let that go. Remember, we can sacrifice a giant here. See, this is where taking an extra turn after this one. Do we have it? Yep, really pays off. So we're going to drop this down. Oh, this is going to be huge. Oh, no. Sacrifice this creature, deal 7 to him. Oh, wow. Woo. Giants feel good.
Run.
Versus Giants, just you can't underestimate those little suckers. All right, and again we find ourselves in mana quandary. Again, you really need. If we had a green mana, I would take this. If we had green, I'd take it. Guys, I'm gonna have to maul this again. You know. And again, mauling was right. All right, keep 6. This giant, by the way, last game, when this enters the battlefield, you return all permanents except giants, wizards, and lands. A little weird. Okay, cool. Keep this. Nice arena, by the way. Ice cold. So we've yet to see an opponent play with a Kaldheim card for this video. There's our first one, Snowland. Okay, cool. So this card works kind of like Anticipate. You look at the top 3 cards of your library, put one of them into your hand, and the rest into your library in any order, and you can pay 1 when it's in your graveyard to do it again. So a really good card. We're going to foretell this one again. Very good, because it saves us on mana. You can cast it a turn sooner. That foretell is turning into be a really strong ability, especially when you're playing with giants. Costs 1 less. He's playing with giants. Everybody's playing with giants. No, I'm joking. We didn't have room for this in our deck because we're playing with Cultivate. Let's see. We're going to go with red. And we don't have any double greens. Okay. So we're going to go with red and blue. Put the red down. Remember, in this deck, the green is just the assist. We just use green for the assist. So it's going to be giants versus giants, more than likely. Yep. Bwahaha. Sweet. Get smacked in the face for 2. Oh, okay. Yeah, the next giant spell you costs 2 less to cast. Pretty good. Alright, so let's see what we want to do here. Yeah, we're gonna cast this out. He's gonna be drawing a card, and his giant 2 less. Dun 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 dun. And see how this is just such a good card? You can recast it outside of your graveyard. I can't believe that's an uncommon. Holy crap. Oh, as long as you control a giant. Okay. Okay, now I understand why that's a common or uncommon. I don't know, that still should be a rare. Yep. So what he just did right there is this, it costs 3 less to cast if he controls a giant, and deal 6 damage to target creature or planeswalker. Got it. And whenever may cast insert a sorcery spell from your hand without blank. Okay, well that's pretty good. Let's just drop this. You know what? I played that wrong. I should have done Storm's Wrath. Kept this in my hand to show this and cast that. I made a mistake. Giants. So again, he opted to go with this. Okay, cool. So this is the giant from Theros Beyond Death. So I'll just show that. So if a giant sorcerer deal combat damage to a player, it deals double that damage. That's what we have. We're just going to take that. So we saw the power of this deck. You know, Foretell really turning out to be not what people thought it was. You know, but it really helps bring things out a turn earlier with 1 mana less. Okay, so even when our card is in the graveyard, it deals damage to our opponent. So, it deals 2... Alright, so here we go. Ready? We're going to drop our dude right here. We're going to reveal a giant card in our hand. That's that. And I'm going to pass on that. We use ramp to get our giants out. He's using these sagas to get it out. So, different ways. Our green is just for support to get mana out. And then honestly, you could probably run Ugin or Genesis Ultimatum in this deck. I mean, really, there's no reason not to. All right, hold on, let's do this way. Yeah, we just get red. We'll attack with this guy and then blow everything up. Free casting. Woo! Don't have a counterspell. Don't have a counterspell. Oh! Dun, 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 dun. Look at our deck. What a beast. What a giant.